to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3 ESPN mobile app. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in South Jersey, and the sun is shining on the ocean. Everybody's on the boardwalk, the Strand, riding their bikes. And Josh Hennig and I will be here for 2 hours talking sports. Good morning, Josh.
Billy, you and I are both old enough that we actually remember when the Strand existed.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, Seattle has like a Strand sort of boardwalk, right? I mean,
well, Seattle's boardwalk is more like a very long promenade that goes along.
Right,
about,
but
like,
it's got
20
cement. It's not all
yeah,
boardwalks.
It's not boards.
That's why I call it a Strand. But hey, I was in Avalon last night, Josh, for the Kerr Memorials, and we're of course the Beach Patrol Report will be in the second hour, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Josh, what a beautiful, beautiful night on the beach for racing. Of course, John McShane attended the Atlantic City Classic that was held in Atlantic City last night on Albany Avenue, and we'll talk about both races when Jack Brooks gets in here, the president of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, for our Beach Patrol Report. But summer's in full swing, Josh, and I was listening to you yesterday on the way down to Avalon. And by the way, I want to say before I get off, I want to thank the Wolf family, Eric and Matt Wolf. Matt's the chief of the Beach Patrol down there in Avalon, and Eric is lieutenant. And Josh, they rolled out the red carpet for me, man. And you know, my knee's pretty bad. They got really big beaches down there in Avalon, and I have to have knee replacement surgery. I was able to ride my car right down to the beach. It was great, man.
Listen, I think that the folks over in Avalon do a good job. I think Avalon, I mean, I personally like
organization,
and also, the Beach Patrol is right next to the entrance for the boardwalk in Avalon.
Yeah.
So it's like, the setup in Avalon is probably one of like the 5 best, you could argue, for that kind of stuff. Beautiful
little town. But Josh, listening to you last night on the way down, talking about Eagles football, and we haven't really, with the Phillies, look, after their World Series run last year, and the fact that they're back in the race and they're relevant and we're close. Everybody's talking Phillies baseball. We haven't really talked too much Eagles football this offseason.
Yeah, and it's really a shame because all this stupid Sixer stuff has overshadowed what is probably one of the more higher expectation Eagles seasons that we've had in a while. And even though they didn't win the biggest game of the year, Billy, it's the experience of going to that should create a lot of anticipation. And there's been a lot of off-season storylines to go through. I'm sure we'll get into some of them today.
We're going to get into some of them today. Excuse me. Also, Josh, the Philadelphia Phillies, the last 2 games, 13 strikeouts in the opening game with Taijuan Walker on the mound for the Phillies. He only gives up 3 runs, which really 3 earned runs is not bad, but they couldn't score. 13 strikeouts, and then last night they had 9 strikeouts.
Yeah,
this team strikes out too much.
Well, it's almost like a creepy high school joke. It's like on Thursday they couldn't get to third base, and it's like last night, they just keep striking out, even though, and yes, they did score 5 runs last night. It's not like they got shut down again, but
right.
The problem is that, when you go on the road, and we know a lot of athletes talked about this, Billy, over the years, when you've had, different people on the show in all sports, right? They all talk about going on the road is just different, and you gotta tighten the screws and put some WD-40 on the lug nuts, and you gotta be fully ready to go. And it felt like last night that the whole team wasn't ready to go.
And here's a team that won 13 road games in a row to tie a franchise record.
It just shows you how weird baseball is.
Isn't it? I mean, baseball is so fickle, I guess, is the word. You mean
No,
one
it's a
day
good
you're on
word.
top?
Yeah.
One day you're with the champ, next day you're the chump.
I mean, and watch them win the next 2 games in Cleveland, and they'll come home on Monday, and we'll be all excited for Phillies and Orioles because, the Orioles are the hottest team in the American League right now.
So you're perfect segue, Josh, because guess what we're doing? We're going to be giving away 4 tickets to the Philadelphia Phillies Monday night against the Baltimore Orioles, courtesy of Pensauken Spine and Rehab. You're going to send us a text message, 609-403-0973 is the text board. Not only do you get 4 tickets in there, I think section 111, I believe. They're 7 rows from the field.
Make sure you clean your glasses so you can read the tickets properly. Bill.
Yeah, I don't have them in front of me. I'll pull them up. But they're great, and they get a parking pass.
The parking pass is huge.
That's huge. You know why? Because
the parking pass is almost more important than the tickets.
And did I hear correctly? You went to a Phillies game for the first time ever?
What do you mean?
In a long time. You went to a Phillies game?
Oh, well, last year I went to a game for the first time since before COVID last year.
And then did you go this week?
I did not go this
last week. No,
I haven't.
I misunderstood. I heard you went to a Phillies game. You were talking about a year ago.
No, you're mixing up. Okay, so
I caught the tail end of it. I was in my car.
No, I was telling the story about because we were getting to a conversation about fans because of what CJ Gardner-Johnson said this week, where he basically was MFing and bleeping Eagle fans. And I was talking about how, everywhere CJ Gardner-Johnson goes, he doesn't like passionate fans. He didn't like him in Florida. He didn't like him in Philadelphia. He didn't really like him that much in New Orleans. The guy just doesn't like fans, like passionate fans that much. And I was like, passionate fans are so intense. And somebody texted into the show saying, yeah, the vet was so nuts they had the court downstairs, right?
Yeah, Seamus McCaffrey was the judge.
Right. And what I talked about was that it was almost like, though, the vet like fostered like craziness almost. It was like built in like the walls, because my first game as a kid ever going to a baseball game, I was 5 years old. My mom and my aunt, my great aunt, they got me all decked out in Phillies gear. You know how it is. You got a daughter.
I could have seen that.
5-year-old Josh, he's got his Phillies hat, his Phillies shirt, whole 9 yards, right? And we're at the game, and I'm all excited. It's Phillies and Mets, by the way. I remember Terry Mulholland was pitching. I don't remember much else about the game, but I remember the Phillies were losing, and I'm kind of in the 600 level. You're a kid. You're just
you're going nuts.
There's a Met fan who poured a beer on my head.
No way, as a kid.
When I was a kid,
serious?
And it
So
started.
that's what's wrong with you.
So
You've been traumatized.
It started a massive fight up in the stands, and my point was I was explaining. I was like, because somebody texted, like, it's only Philly fans that are nuts. And I'm like, listen, passionate fans are passionate fans. Like, that Met fan was so annoyed with this 5-year-old kid screaming and yelling, rooting for the Phillies, that he poured a beer on my head.
All right, well, I caught the tail end. We got Phillies tickets to give away. It's against the first place Baltimore Orioles. How about that, Josh? 609-403-0973. Josh, what type of what are the callers? What do you want them to do? We didn't have a production meeting before the show today.
Well, you have to give out all the details of all our personal business, really, but so I want people to text in and in tribute to the show. Join the conversation. We're talking Phillies. We're talking Eagles this hour. Tell us how you're feeling about the Phillies and the Eagles. Join the conversation. Bryce Harper's first game at first base. He looks like a Gold Glover, Billy. He's an athlete.
I get home from the race last night, and you and I speak on the phone, and you say, "Did you see some of the game?" And I said, "I only caught the last 2 innings because I was in Avalon covering the Kerr Memorials." I get home and I see the replay of Bryce Harper going into the dugout in the 3rd inning to make a beautiful catch.
Leaping into the dugout.
And did you see the way his arm hit the railing?
Well, the good news is that's the non-surgically
Look, here it is
arm.
right there on a replay right now. We're watching in
that's the non-surgically repaired arm, too.
It doesn't matter. Did you see Ranger Suarez's reaction?
Yeah.
He put his hands on his head like, what are you doing? It's a foul ball in the 3rd inning in July in Cleveland.
That's what you want. You want your star player, Billy, going all out to try to win the game.
It's amazing. Like, he is a winner. He is a
competitor.
He is a competitor. He's got this burning desire to win. And I just wish there are some guys on the team that just don't look. You can't really get into somebody's head and heart, right?
True.
Looks can be deceiving.
But like, for example, when Realmuto hit that home run last night and he, pumps his fists,
right.
like, I like seeing that. I like seeing the emotion from these guys. And, for Bryce Harper to first start ever in Major League Baseball at first base, has a great game.
It's unbelievable.
And it's like, yeah, they lost the game last night, but Bill, I walked away from the game like, you know what? That's a positive. It's a positive that you got somebody to play first base.
They dropped 3 in a row, and you walk away from last night's game saying it's a positive.
I do.
Okay.
Because I think that there is something valuable about having some security at that first base spot. And guess what? You just demoted Derek Hall. Reese Hoskins is out for the year. You need to get Schwarber out of the outfield. The guy looks like he's laboring.
Oh, but he made a beautiful catch the other day.
Well, a broken clock is right twice a day.
And you know what I said? And I said my line tagline was a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while.
There you go.
But he's in there getting interviewed and goes, "Yeah, I made a catch. Like it's no big deal." Well, it is a big deal because you don't make those plays. He makes a lot of mistakes in the outfield. You got to get him out of there. He made one great play. Doesn't make you a great outfielder.
No. When you make one great play, it means that you made one great play.
That's all. Here today, going tomorrow. All right, we got a great show lined up today. We're giving away Phillies tickets. 609-403-0973 is the text board. You're going to have to send us your name and your email address because I have to email you the tickets after the show. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Contribute to the show, and we'll pick the best response or the best contribution. How about that, Josh?
There you go. I like it.
609-403-0973, courtesy of Pensauken Spine and Rehab. My good friend Dominic Mariani donated the tickets Monday night against the Orioles. 609-403-0973 with a parking pass. Hey, the first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing of the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or try the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. There is a new wind blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for my good friend Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, it's interleague action at Fenway Park in Boston.
Gone! Justin Turner walks it off.
Justin Turner and the Red Sox welcome Pete Alonso and the New York Mets.
Gone! A 3-run homer for Pete Alonso.
The Red Sox and Mets. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern and tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that goes anywhere. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers, excludes Corvette, excludes fire sales.
This is it. The time has come for Bennett Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year. Bennett's Summer Sell Down Spectacular. First off, you get Bennett's exclusive GM supplier employee pricing on new Chevys. Yes, you pay what we pay, not a penny more. And unlike many other dealers, Bennett doesn't charge over MSRP. In fact, you can even get a new Chevy at thousands below MSRP. And there's available 1.9% financing. Looking for used? Our selection's never been better. Right now, Bennett is paying a record $10,000 minimum for any clunker towards any pre-owned in stock. That's a minimum 10 grand for any rat trap, any way you can get it to our lot. Imagine how much we'll pay for a good trade. Plus, Bennett Chevy's non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's never any hassles or pressure. July is jumping all month long at Bennett Chevrolet during our summer sell down spectacular. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here at the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schwein. I met Josh Hennig with me today, producing, doing double duty as a co-host today. And, hey, the water's warm, Josh. The ocean water is warm. It's like beautiful. A little wave action last night. And every Saturday morning and Sunday morning on the way in to the studio, I stop at Blitz's Markets and I get my 12 ounces of liquid sunshine.
Love it.
$3. It's $4.99 for the 12 ounce. And if you're watching us on the StreamYard, I'm holding up the 12-ounce bottle. So right on. They squeeze it. They put it right in the bottle. Put it on
drank
ice.
almost the whole thing already.
I guzzled it. Listen, go in there. You mentioned the locker room. 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. It's $3.99. $1 off.
This is why I never asked you to bring me any, because I'm afraid you'll just drink mine as well as yours.
I probably would.
You'll finish yours before you even get here, and then you'll be waiting for me to walk in and start drinking mine. And I'll walk in and be like, oh, Josh, my bad. I drank yours too.
12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Get down to Blitz's Market, 21st at Asbury Avenue. Say hi to Dave and Joe Newman. Teresa's in there. Kevin. It's really, they're great people. 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Mention the locker room. You get it for $1 off, $3.99. Don't forget to check out my website. Andrew Leeds has done a great job. The locker room, BillySchwein.com. We have articles. We have a photo gallery. We're selling shirts. All the articles, all the interviews are posted. Check it out. The locker room, BillySchwein.com. Today, the Cleveland Guardians. I almost said Indians.
Well, they were the Indians.
Yeah.
Now they're the Guardians.
That's always
By the way, really quick, can I just have a real quick?
Sure.
Did you hear what Magic Johnson said yesterday?
No.
They might change the Washington football team's name again. What? I don't know. But because Josh Harris now bought the team, and Magic Johnson is a minority owner, they were interviewing them. They were asking about, hey, Daniel Snyder, he named the team the Commanders. And Magic said, we're going to name the team whatever the fans want because we're not going to listen to what Daniel Snyder told us.
Wow.
Oh, wait, I don't know if you heard the audio, but Josh Harris called the radio station down in DC, the main station, 106.7 The Fan.
Right.
And he offered to buy the whole bar beer is to celebrate him buying the team.
I have a problem. If you want to start talking about that, I have a problem with Josh Harris owning 3 teams in our division. I mean, 2 teams in our division are direct rivals. He's got the Jersey Devils up in North Jersey.
I'm aware.
And he has now the Washington Commanders football team, whatever you want to call them, which is our arch rival. Our arch rival in the East. I mean, how do you root for a guy at the Sixers? Like he's like a carpetbagger.
It doesn't bother me, honestly.
Bothers me.
I think.
Why does it bother me, Josh?
I think it bothers you because you think that the guy who owns your team should only own your team. I think that's a very outdated concept.
He should just get like a pair of sunglasses with like dollar signs on them. Because that's all he cares. He don't care. Does he care about? I mean, you think he really cares about winning?
I think he cares about winning because winning means he makes money. Well,
that's true too. All right, let's get into the Phillies starting pitching tonight. Today, first pitch is at 7:10. Tanner Beebe, 5-2 with a 3.32 ERA. 77 strikeouts on the season against our ace, Zach Wheeler, 7-4 with a 4.04 ERA, 126 strikeouts today, Josh. I'm looking for, the Phillies have now lost 3 in a row, Josh. And looking at the wild card race, Arizona's got the top spot for the wild card, then San Francisco, and then the Philadelphia Phillies and Cincinnati is right on our heel.
It's going to be a tight race all the way down. Look, I can guarantee you the Phillies will make the postseason, Billy. I just can't tell you.
You're going to guarantee that?
I just can't tell you if they're going to be 1, 2, or 3 in the wild card, because you look at the wild card standings and there's 2 things that stand out. Number one, it's very obvious that half the teams that are in contention mathematically are not as good baseball teams as the Phillies.
Well, and you mentioned this several times on my show in the last few weeks and on your show, Game Night. You look at the Miami Marlins, they're dropping like a rock. They've lost 7 in a row.
Look, they had they had the third, I think it was the third
easiest schedule in the
No, I'm sorry. Season. No, sorry. The stat is they had the 9th easiest first half of the season schedule, but they have the 3rd hardest second half of the season schedule.
And is anybody going to stop the Braves offense? I mean, their differential, a run differential is plus 147. Josh, there's no one close to them.
Listen, Acuna is probably going to win MVP, and that team is going to be the number 1 seed in the postseason. The Braves are the best team in the National League. I won't take that away from them.
Think about this. 147 runs differential.
Yeah, they're that good, man. Their offense is that good.
The Phillies are plus 6.
Yeah, and the Phillies are plus 6 in part because remember back in late April into May when their pitching staff was struggling, I would argue that you cut out some of those big losses they had in April and May. That number is probably very different.
And just to keep these things in perspective, Milwaukee, who now leads the Central, they're a -5. That means they're getting outscored, yet they're still in first place in their division.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that if you go through the National League and you look at all the playoff contending teams, so the Phillies have scored 438 runs, right? Now, compared to the Braves, that's like nothing. It's 100 less than the Braves. But guess what? That's more than the Brewers. That's more than the Marlins.
Right.
That's more than a bunch of teams in the National League. So, I mean, you just beat up on the Padres, right? Well, it's more than the Padres. They scored more. Actually, they scored the same amount of runs as the Padres now. But the point is that the Phillies offense, if they just get moving, you know what I mean? They are going to be a good team. I think that's why a lot of people are asking, are you going to make a trade?
He's done a great job. He built this team. It's an offensive-minded team. Yeah, they've been getting great pitching up until the last 3 games. And I wouldn't even say that, like Ranger Suarez and Walker, the last 2 games in a row, 3 and 4 earned runs respectively. With this offense, we should be able to overcome that. But they just didn't do it. They ran in a couple buzzsaws, and Corbin the Milwaukee Brewers.
Corbin Burns, he had a great start, but I mean, you still got to get.
He only gave up 2. The Phillies only had 2 hits against him. Josh,
you got to do something. You can't. First of all, the night before you had 1 freight and runners in scoring position. The next day you can't get to third base, and then last night until what was it, the 5th inning, they didn't really score anything. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's psychological. I don't know if it's what it is, but I think that the Phillies, their offense has got to figure something out. And I don't even know if a trade is the answer, because the problem is that unless you're going out and getting a big name, what's a trade going to do for your lineup? I don't know.
All right, well, we're giving away Phillies tickets Monday night, section 115, rows 7, seat 15, 16, 17, and 18. They're great seats, courtesy of Pennsauken Spine and Rehab, 609-403-0973. These seats have a parking pass with them. This is great. You park right across the street, Josh. In and out, it's like the easiest thing. You're right across the street. I think it's Darien Street. You park right there. You walk right in. You're right there, right in your seats.
And all we ask is you leave your name,
your email
address, and contribute to the show. Join the conversation. That's all we're asking. I know everybody wants to win these tickets. I already got about 6-7 people chiming in.
They're great seats. I can't tell you. I've sat in these seats. They're unbelievable. Dominic Mariani, Pennsauken Spine and Rehab. He's a chiropractor. When my neck before my surgery, I used to go to Dominic. He used to straighten me out. I felt great. 609-403-0973 is the text board if you're interested in 4 seats for Monday night's game against the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, and the best contributor to the show will win the tickets.
609-403-0973 is the text board. And get down to the Phillies. The Phillies are exciting. Let's face it. I mean, it's a great value, but we're giving these tickets away. 4 seats, section 115, 609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want to win these tickets, you got to contribute to the show. Best comments, best contribution will get the tickets. 609-403-0973. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or try the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. I want to throw a shout out to Johnny Griner and the Griner team at Berger Realty. Johnny and his daughter Lauren, they did a great job getting me into a place. They'll do the same thing for you. That's Johnny Griner and the Griner team, Johnny and Lauren Griner down there at Berger Realty. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The 2023 Phillies baseball season is here.
Got him looking, strike 3. Fastball, 97 miles per hour, dotted that outside corner. 8th strikeout of the game for Zach Wheeler.
And you can get the best Phillies coverage every day on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Kimbrel looking for back-to-back saves. The pitch, got him swinging, strike 3.
Can the Phillies make a return to the World Series? Tune in every day to find out and listen to what our Phillies insider Frank Close has to say. Tuesdays with the Phillies mailbag, when he answers your Phillies questions. And every day with Mike Gill on the Sports Bash on 97.3 ESPN.
1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, lifted into right field. A flare will get down into right. Turner rounding first, going to second. He'll dive in head first safely. An RBI double for Trey Turner.
South Jersey's home for the best Philadelphia Phillies baseball coverage.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200. or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again, calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Ever since we got Xfinity Mobile, the whole family now has the fastest mobile service. My little brother has no idea how lucky he is. Back in my day, we didn't have it nearly as good.
Oh yeah? Back in my day, you couldn't even stream outside the house.
Please, back in my day, we had phones with cords, and they were mounted to a wall.
Forget phones. Back in my day, we wrote letters. Remember, Herman?
Your grandmother would write me pages.
Vintage texting. Cool.
Break free from the big three and switch to Xfinity Mobile, the fastest mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. Save hundreds a year on your wireless bill and get 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line per month. Visit your local Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Unlimited intro service and Xfinity Internet required. Compares lowest price 5G plans of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary. Comcast analysis on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data from Ookla Speed Test Intelligence in Q1 2023.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcast. I'm sure we're all group. Today, I want to remind people to stop at Blitz's Market. Get your 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. When you mention the locker room, you get $1 off. Normally $4.99. You mention the locker room, you get it for $3.99. Now, Josh Hennig, we were talking about the Philadelphia Phillies and the starting pitching tonight at 7:10. BB against Wheeler. We need to see, like, I heard you talking about the other day, the Phillies' big four pitching staff was referred to the Big Four.
Yeah, Dombrowski called them the Big Four. And I was like, are they a Big Four, though? Like, is that just, Dombrowski embellishing?
Well, let's just look at Taijuan Walker's. He's 11-4 with a his ERA is around 4. And Ranger Suarez is, even though he didn't pitch really well, he pitched okay. He wasn't getting any offensive support. So I do like these 4 pitchers against anybody in the league.
So you're comfortable with your starting staff as is?
Yeah, I don't think that's where. Do you think? I don't really think the back end of our bullpen is solid. They've been pitching well all season.
They've also been injured. Alvarado is injured. Right. Dominguez is injured. It's been suggested by Dombrowski that could bring up Noah Song to, kind of fill a void in the bullpen. It's weird because Dombrowski brings up Noah Song, and every Phillies person I've talked to this week, Billy, has said, yeah, that's not really going to fix the problem. And it's like, well, why is Dombrowski saying that? Is he saying that because he's hopeful? Is he saying that because he's trying to, speak good vibes into existence? Like, I don't know what that means.
I look at the pitching staff that we have in place. The Big Four is he's referring to them. The back end of the bullpen, I'm fine with. So they're looking for an offense, a right-handed bat. Would that be like the most pressing need, would you say?
They definitely need another bat. My assumption is it's going to be a right-handed bat because of the way the team is set up. It's weird because, let me pull up the article because Dombrowski talked about this week, and he was asked about the right-handed bat situation and then needing to get one. And let me play it for you, Bill, and for the audience, because when you hear what he says here, you tell me how you feel about them getting a right-handed bat. This is Dave Dombrowski speaking with Joel Sherman and John Heyman on the show podcast.
The right-handed bat would be more a kind of a replacement for us losing Reese Hoskins earlier in the year. So if we had another right-handed bat, but then yet when you look at our lineup versus left-handed pitching, well, we've got Castellanos, we have Turner, we have Realmuto, we have Bohm, you have Harper, you've got Schwarber. We've got the platoon in center with Marsh, and Pache has really done a good job for us. So there's really not a lot of spots that fit. Stott's hit left-handed pitching very well. He's a good player. So I think for us, it's just a matter of what makes us better as we go through. What do we think can make a difference? And of course, be talking to clubs. We've already started, like everybody else, talk to clubs and see what ends up happening.
I'm a proponent of staying pat, Josh. I don't want to give up anything valuable in the farm system. And the Phillies have always had one thing that their Achilles heel is always that their farm system has been depleted. Build it up, make it better. They just lost Andrew Painter. He's going to be done for the next year and a half. He's going to have he's having Tommy John surgery. I don't want to give up anybody.
But then if you don't give up anybody, your team doesn't get better.
He just said look at your right-handed bats: Castellanos, Turner, Realmuto. You don't like that?
No. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here.
You don't like that? Bohm?
Listen, I'm not giving up Bohm, though. I'm not asking them to give
you want
up
to get rid of Bohm for Goldschmidt or something like that?
No. Listen, I'm not interested in giving up anyone who has shown me they can play. But I'm willing to give up a guy like Mick Abel. Okay, I don't care.
I don't want to give up Mick Abel.
Well, I do. You know why?
No.
Because all of these people who keep telling me how great he is, well, why has he got a 4.6 ERA in the minor leagues?
All right, well.
You're a AA. Like, if you're supposed to be this great prospect, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. His ERA is down to 4.39, okay? Because his last start was good. But, like, Bill, sorry, I don't care how good of a prospect you are. If you're not going to play at the major league level, I just don't care.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Hey, we're giving away 4 tickets to a Phillies game on Monday night against the Orioles, plus a parking pass, courtesy of Pensacola Spine and Rehab. 609-403-0973. The seats are in section, what did I say, 117, I believe it is? 115.
Don't ask me. You have to think it's funny you.
I got them right here. Let's see. Section
Folks,
115.
it's for those who can't see the picture. You know, if you're not watching on Billy's YouTube channel, The Locker Room, Billy Schwein, you'll be listening on 97.3 ESPN. For the radio audience, which is the majority of the people who are listening to the show, Billy, they don't understand that you and I are on opposite sides of the studio. There's literally like a blockade between us.
Right.
You know, physically. So like Billy's saying, what's the one? I can't see the tickets, Billy.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Contribute to the show and leave your name and your email address, because when we pick the winner, I got to email the tickets to you, courtesy of Pensacola Spine and Rehab, section 115, row 7, Josh. You're like right there. These seats are phenomenal. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Contribute to the show, and you have an opportunity to win these tickets. Now, Josh, let's turn our attention real quick to the Philadelphia Eagles.
I was going to say, why don't we hear from some of the texters, and then we'll get to the Eagles coming out of the break.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, because some people are already chiming in at 609-403-0973. Dan and EHT.
Oh, Dan would love those tickets.
Chimes in and says, Hoskins has truly missed this season.
30 home runs out of the lineup.
When he would get hot, he was red hot, and he would carry the team for a few days. This team doesn't have that guy this year. Even Schwarber didn't have as hot of a June this year as last year.
Correct. Absolutely. You lose 30 home runs out of the lineup, you're missing something.
Sean chimes in at 609-403-0973. Sean says the Phillies will get there to the postseason, but they have to get out of their heads and start winning. It's going to take some time, but they must trade to get the team better.
They must make a trade.
That's where Sean's position is.
All
He
right.
says they have to make a trade. Paul from Ocean City chimes in and says, I love the Phillies bringing up Jake Cave. He was crushing it at AAA. Derek Hall was struggling, so it's good to send him down. Stott's performance this year is impressive to me. Phillies outfield defense has improved immensely by getting Schwarber in the DH role. Just need to get the bats going again. That's from Paul in Ocean City.
That's a good one, Paul. 609-403-0973 is the text board if you want to win the 4-pack of Phillies tickets.
One more I'm going to get to here before we hit the break. Matt chimes in and says, I just don't want Bryce Harper getting hurt at first base, but we need to get Schwarber out of the outfield badly.
Made a great catch the other day, Josh.
He made one good catch. Good for him.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title.
Billy, I'm sure all of us who have played baseball in our lifetimes have all at least had one good catch.
One outstanding catch. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Try the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll read some more of your text messages at 609-403-0973. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around, with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable, so be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers, excludes Corvette, excludes fire sales.
This is it. The time has come for Bennett Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year. Bennett's Summer Sell Down Spectacular. First off, you get Bennett's exclusive GM supplier employee pricing on new Chevys. Yes, you pay what we pay, not a penny more. And unlike many other dealers, Bennett doesn't charge over MSRP. In fact, you can even get a new Chevy at thousands below MSRP. And there's available 1.9% financing. Look Looking for used? Our selection's never been better. Right now, Bennett is paying a record $10,000 minimum for any clunker towards any pre-owned in stock. That's a minimum 10 grand for any rat trap, any way you can get it to our lot. Imagine how much we'll pay for a good trade. Plus, Bennett Chevy's non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's never any hassles or pressure. July is jumping all month long at Bennett Chevrolet during our summer sell-down spectacular. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Now, more of the locker room. Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here in the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Swan, Josh Hennig, 97.3 ESPN. All right, Josh, Tuesday, the Philadelphia Eagles open training camp, and finally it's here. And I'm like, I got to tell you, this is the first year in a while that we lost the Super Bowl 38-35, but with the Phillies and everything else that's been going on, I mean, the last 7 weeks we haven't talked any Eagles football.
Hey, there's so much.
Everybody
so much to talk about this season,
right? So I'm looking at the projected starting lineups for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's start with defense. Teron Jackson looked like he's backing up Brandon Graham at the defensive end spot.
Well, I think the projected numbers are kind of subjective,
right?
Because
it's still so early,
right? The thing with the Eagles pass rushers is, remember, they don't have a natural 4-3 front where it's like a traditional, typical.
Well, they got it right
setup.
If you look at their projective lineup, it does have a 4-3.
Well, that's why you can't trust whatever you're reading. Okay, that's why you got to go what you actually see on the field.
Sure.
What you see on the field is, and people who cover the team know, the way it works is they got Brandon Graham and Hassan Reddick are your primary pass rushers, along with Josh Sweat.
Right.
The thing is that you don't always have all three of them on the field at the same time. But those are your three primary edge rushers. After those three, it's going to be an interesting competition because they've drafted some guys in recent years. They want to see more of guys like Kyron Johnson and others, see if they can contribute.
Jordan Davis / Jalen Carter. If you look at usually when you see a depth chart, you'll see starter, backup, and reserve, right? But they have these guys at the same position with a slash.
Whoever wrote this is not very smart.
Well, it came from CBS.
Well, then CBS is giving you bad information because here's the problem: Carter and Davis don't play the same position.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Carter is basically filling the Javon Hargrave role, and Carter and Fletcher Cox are probably going to be either playing next to each other or rotating.
Okay.
And then Jordan Davis is going to be that zero gap guy where, for those who don't know, he basically just takes up space, pushes the offensive line backwards, and opens up opportunities for the other guys. Because remember, that's the reason why they drafted him. They drafted him to be that space eater. And remember, he was injured part of last year. That's why they had to bring in Linville Joseph.
Hassan Reddick, Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, this is a horrible depth chart. Hassan Reddick is an edge rusher. He's not a linebacker.
Well, they have him as
Nakobe Dean and
but they have it down as a 4-3, Josh.
Well, then they're wrong because it's not actually a literal 4-3. Okay. So the way the Eagles defense works is the Vic Fangio scheme is it can look like a 4-3, but it functions more like a 3-3. Whereas, you have multiple pass rushers. It looks like sometimes you have 5 pass rushers on the line. But the Nakobe Dean is your starting middle, quote-unquote, middle linebacker. And then Nick Morrow is competing for the other linebacker spot.
And CBS, look, I just pulled this off the depth chart. You can look at almost any depth chart. They're all going to be different. But the basic gist of this is that the Philadelphia Eagles have have a great mix. I think they've improved themselves on defense. You give up 38 points in the Super Bowl, you need to improve. And I think Howie Roseman did a great job.
I think the Eagles have done two things very good this offseason. One, they made sure that they kept Darius Slay and James Bradbury. Those are two guys who are bona fide, starters, talents in this league at corner. So keeping those guys, I think, was very important because you made the decision, Bill. You weren't going to pay the safeties a lot of money. You let C.J. Gardner-Johnson go. You let Marcus Epps leave. So you had to make sure at least the corners were back, and then you're kind of filling in around them. And we'll see what happens at safety. The safety competition is going to be interesting.
Terrell Edmonds, Kevon Wallace, Reed Blankenship, just to name a few. Sidney Brown
Also,
from Illinois. They got him from Illinois. He's, I've seen a lot of reports that say that he could possibly start as a rookie.
I think Wallace is going to get cut, honestly, this year.
You do?
I think that he's running out of his usefulness at this point. I think Blankenship has proved that he is a very good spot starter. He's maybe not an every week starter, but he's a guy who can come in when a guy gets injured. I loved Brown at Illinois. I thought he was a great all-around safety. He might not be 100% what you want him to be year one, but I think he could potentially be the next long-time safety for the Eagles. And the guy who wasn't mentioned on that list, Billy, was the guy who the Eagles picked up at free agency, Evans. People don't remember this, but Evans was a phenomenal safety until he got injured.
Right.
And so he's coming off of some injury years. And you have to think, if that guy could be healthy, he's a phenomenal athlete. And, you want those guys who can run all over the place in the secondary. So, the Eagles do have some interesting depth options.
Also, Kaylee Ringo, he just signed his rookie contract. So he's
Georgia.
Yeah,
the
he
Bulldogs.
got all these Bulldogs in it.
Your boy Dave Klemick loves all these Georgia Bulldogs.
I do too, Frank. I mean, you're an SEC team that's won the last two national championships?
Back-to-back national championships.
Back-to-back. I mean, why not, Josh?
Well, why not is more of a nuanced conversation. It's like when we had Paul Gunther on with you, Billy, when we were over in Sea Isle, he mentioned about the fact that, if you want the best players no matter where they come from, but the bigger deal is the reason why Georgia won those national championships wasn't because of their offense. It was because of their defense. And so if you're drafting the guys from that defense, then yes, I'm definitely interested in that.
All right, we're giving away 4 tickets. 609-403, section 115, right? 7 rows. We're 7 rows off the field. 609-403-0973. Contribute to the show, to the conversation. 609-403-0973. Make sure you include your name and your email address because we'll email you the tickets. You got a parking pass with this, courtesy of Pensauken Spine and Rehab, Josh.
Great tickets, a great opportunity for people to go watch what's probably going to be, if not the best team, one of the best teams in the American League.
609-403-0973. We're giving away 4 tickets to a Phillies game Monday night against the Orioles. Row 7 with a parking pass. 609-403-0973.
How about this text?
Right, let me hear.
We got a text says, respectfully, I'm a Cowboys fan, but the Eagles defense will be the best it has been in years. I'm scared as a Cowboys fan. That's from Sean.
Sean, I mean, he should be because, even though we lost Hargrave on defense, I think this team got better on defense with the people that they brought in. And the rookies,
well, they got younger. And I think getting younger is important because you don't want to be so dependent on older players and they start breaking down. I mean, how many times in the past, Billy, when we were back in 2018 and 2019, I felt like I came in here every other weekend with you here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN, heard Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. each day. You would be saying, another Eagle got injured. Why are they always having all these old guys? Where are the young guys? Remember, they barely made the postseason in 2019.
Yeah, right.
It was Carson Wentz throwing basically to you and me, playing receiver that year. And you kept complaining. You're like, why doesn't this team develop young players? Well, you know what? They had to fire Doug Peterson. They brought in Nick Sirianni. And now they're finally mixing in the young guys.
609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want an opportunity to win 4 tickets to the Phillies game plus a parking pass, courtesy of Pensauken Spine and Rehab.
Now, if I can give you a little warning here.
Yes.
I think the Eagles, though, will not be their best to start the season. I think it's going to take a few weeks for them to get up to speed. So
they have almost everybody's returning on offense.
Yeah, but see, you're not thinking what I'm thinking.
You're
here.
thinking defense.
I'm talking about the team. Remember, they got 2 new coordinators. So you got 2 new guys who are calling the plays. You got a new right guard you're having to work in this year. You got some new bodies on defense. I don't think they're going to be at their best for the first few weeks. I think it's going to take time for them to gel.
I disagree. I think this team comes right out of the gate and they start scoring often and a lot.
That might happen, but the defense might be giving.
You're looking at this offense,
points.
The best offensive line in football, Josh. Arguably the best offensive line in football.
I agree with that.
Jordan Mailata.
Jordan Mailata's left tackle. Yeah.
The guy's he's behemoth. He's huge. Landon Dickerson, Jason Kelsey, Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson.
Well, remember, that's
arguably the best tackle ever to play in Philadelphia.
Well, remember, the right guard, we don't know the starter yet. It's a competition between Cam Jurgens and Tyler Steen. Jurgens has never played guard. He's a little undersized. Tyler Steen has never played guard. He's a huge man. So we're going to find out which of those two can play right guard.
All right, Josh, hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2, Jack Brooks, president of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association will be in here with us. It's the Beach Patrol Report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. We'll have results and interviews for both the Atlantic City Classic and also the Kerr Memorials in Avalon. Stay tuned for more of the locker room. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, and Jack Brooks right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
Summertime, baseball and golf season are in full swing, plus so much more. BetParx is an official betting operator of the PGA Tour. Plus, the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app follows you to the shore and the mountains. It's all right in the palm of your hand. Odds, bets, slots, and games. All new users bet $10 and get $125 in Sportsbook bonus if your first bet wins. BetParx.com has terms and conditions. New users and winning bets only. Sports bonus bet must be wagered once. See website for details. Must be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Parks Casino. This is how you win. The best local bands and live entertainment at 360 inside Parks Casino. Friday, July 28th, Get Up and Dance with Don't Call Me Francis. Saturday, July 29th, Ear Candy takes the stage. Plus, Joe Conklin's Comedy Night every other Thursday. Follow on social media or parkscasino.com for a complete entertainment schedule, including national headliners like Russell Peters and Vogue and Tim Dillon. This is how you win. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or apply. Stop, opt out.
If you have blood sugar concerns, here's incredible news. Finally, there's one complete doctor-formulated solution to get your numbers right. Thanks to berberine, a clinically researched super ingredient, berberine glucogold will help you maintain healthy blood sugar levels while supporting cholesterol and insulin sensitivity. Text FAMILY to 321-321 to start taking control of your blood sugar levels today. Berberine glucogold has been flying off the shelves for good reason. It pairs one of today's hottest ingredients found in nature with 3 other nutrients for incredible blood sugar results. If you're ready to take control and live your life with healthy blood sugar levels, text FAMILY to 321-321. Text right now and we'll send you a complimentary bottle. This exclusive berberine glucogold offer is not available in stores. You can only get your complimentary bottle by texting FAMILY to 321-321. Plus, text right now and you'll receive a bottle of vitamin D3 immune support absolutely free. Text the word FAMILY to 321-321. That's FAMILY to 321-321. FAMILY to 321-321.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Experience a culinary journey like no other at Trio North Wildwood. Chef Gus Zimmerman creates mouth-watering dishes that showcase the freshest ingredients with something for everyone, including gluten-free options so that all can indulge in the wonderful cuisine. From their juicy pork chop to their savory crab shrimp cakes, every dish is prepared with care and precision. Book your table on Resi and experience the ultimate casual fine dining experience at Trio North Wildwood, 700 New Jersey Avenue, North Wildwood. Chef-driven, quality-focused, TrioNW.com.
Your luxury BMW experience is closer than you think. Take advantage of exceptional savings at BMW of Atlantic City. Stop in and shop your favorite models, including the new BMW 2 Series, X3, and more. We're sure to have a vehicle that fits your needs. And with Acceleride, purchase your vehicle online and we'll deliver it directly to you. Looking to trade? We'll pay top dollar for your current vehicle. Experience luxury today at BMW of Atlantic City, closer than you think. In Egg Harbor Township, shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
Touchdown!
Sixers,
It's good!
and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Set! Red 83! to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, producing and doing double duty today as the co-host. And in walks a little birdie by the name of Jack Brooks, the president of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Jack, is it the first time you've ever been called little?
No, not with my great enormity and my propensity to consume high quantities of food.
My great enormity. I love it.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Jack. Always when I see you, I know it's the summer. And what a better time to be around all of our friends and all the Beach Patrol alumni. And
there is no better time, and I'll tell you, this week
it's our time.
This week was one heck of a week in racing. It really brings the people out to the beach. I'm telling you, beautiful evenings, beautiful people, and lifeguard lovers.
Right.
Man.
Listen, I got to tell you, we were down in Avalon last night for the Kerr Memorials, and I want to send a shout out to Matt Wolf, the chief of the Avalon Beach Patrol, his brother, Lieutenant Eric Wolf, Craig Whitehead down there. Jack, they rolled out the red carpet for me.
I was going to say they throw a great time, and if they threw it out for you,
they threw it out.
Can you imagine what they did for others?
But listen, how about the crowd on the beach? There had to be at least 1,000 people out on that beach, and of course, Avalon has a huge beach.
Yeah,
they allowed me to drive my car. I do have all-wheel drive, so I was able to get right up to the action because these old knees are giving out on me. I need knee replacement on my right, but access. The racers were all gracious. Talk to me. I mean, Pat Scanapicio from Seal City couldn't even breathe. He was so gassed, and he even said to me, "Billy, I can't talk right now." I said, "No, this is great radio. Give it to me." But they're gracious, and they're right there, and the competition is second to none.
I would say the same thing happened with the Ocean City Women's Tournament this week. I'm telling you, that beach was packed.
And I heard,
and it was a.
See,
well, there was a case that they had me as the MC. I like to think of it as beach host, but
Well, I was working in the parking lot at Playland, and a few people came in and said, this race is going on, and the sound system was unbelievable. You were clear, everybody could hear you, and of course the race itself was phenomenal.
I think what with people that have never experienced the racing and aren't immersed in racing, they need some of it explained to them. And some of the races aren't the same events.
Right.
The patrols are allowed to create their own races. And then what I tried to do was add, based on my experience as a racer, my experience on the Beach Patrol, and people asking me questions, I tried to explain that as the announcer. And I know we're going to do that in Wildwood this week.
Yes, we are. You and I will be down there along with Dan Adams, former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol. We'll be calling the Dutch Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races live from the beach in Wildwood from 6 to 8 on Friday night, Jack.
I strongly suggest they charge up that radio and bring it with them, because it's kind of like going to the game and watching people have a radio with them because they like to hear the radio broadcast. Here on 97.3, you can stand on the beach in Wildwood.
Yeah.
And you can listen to one great guy and then a couple of other people that are pikers, apparently. So I'll let the folks decide that for themselves. Maybe next week's tickets will be given away based on first, second, and third.
We're going to charge tickets to come to hear you announce the race.
I think the only thing that'd make it better is if Josh is there. Josh, you know your way to the beach.
Well, listen,
Josh.
It doesn't work without Josh. Let me tell you.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I just won't be on the radio.
I got you behind the scenes.
I'm doing the dirty work.
Before we start officially the Beach Patrol report, let's give out the text board number 609-403-0973. We're giving away 4 tickets to a Phillies game Monday night against the Baltimore Orioles. 609-403-0973. Section 115, row 7. 4 seats in a row plus a parking pass courtesy of Pennsauken Spine and Rehab. 609-403-0973.
Okay.
Make sure you 2 things you have to do, Jack.
Participate
in the 3 things.
Much like life.
Participate in the show. Put your name and your email address, because I have to email the tickets after we pick a winner.
Won't work without the email.
No, you have to have that. 609-403-0973. So let's do it right now. Let's say it's time for the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City, 4111 Lannis Avenue. Knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication for rental and sales. Call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years of protecting beachgoers. And Jack, you are the president. I know there's a lot of things going on with this celebration.
There are. 125 years of lifeguard paid life-saving services in Ocean City, New Jersey. That is a very, very long time, and they have an exemplary record. That's why I'm proud to be president of the alums, and all the alums that have come before me, after me, with me. Everybody gets a job, they get a whistle, they get the ability to be able to help protect people in the city, but everybody becomes an alum someday.
Everybody becomes an alumni. 2 great races last night, Jack. The Atlantic City Classic, John McShane covered that for us. And then also I was down at Avalon for the Kerr Memorials. Of course, David Kerr was a lifeguard down there, lost his battle to cancer. He's a rowing champion as well, Jack. I mean, he won a couple. He won a South Jersey lifeguard championship, and he was a great rower. Great race last night. Beautiful weather. It was a west wind, so that means for people that aren't aware of the beach conditions, when you get a west wind, any waves that roll in, they're held up a little bit, so you get a nice curl. That's how you get the curl. But also, the rowers were telling me when they were coming in, you're going against the wind.
Oh yeah. As a rower, I'll tell you, having the wind on your nose and your bow. Now you're rowing face the opposite direction, but when the bow gets pushed left and right, and you're really trying to come in, the wave is trying to push you to left or right. The wind is trying to push you left or right. The way in can be way more difficult. It actually pushes you back out to sea. So I know I've been through it, and all the rowers that I know have been through it, and it even affects the paddlers, the swimmers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we're in conditions that change all the time, like any other.
And speaking of change, Jack, I think the torch has been passed. There's a lot of young blood, new rowers, new swimmers for some of these beach patrols that, it's like a changing of the guard, if you will.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I've known a lot of these younger people as they're working their way up. And it's not a craft or a trade you can learn overnight. Some are excellent natural pool swimmers.
Right.
You get into the open water, there's no lane line, there's no wall to push off, and you're really in with the elements.
And you got to swim straight.
And you got goggles on, and you're disoriented.
Right.
And the same thing for rowing. You can be a great crew rower, but it's not the same as pushing rowing a 325-pound lifeguard boat.
No, that's correct.
Very difficult. And then when you come, you look at the people on the beach, you don't want to disappoint anything, and even trying to run, some of them are dodging a crowd because the people are so excited they got to start running down to the water's edge, and that's actually part of the race lane, So it's great. I mean, where could people get so close to the entertainment and the athletes and the competition and feel it for themselves?
And by the way, you said entertainment after the Kerr Memorials last night, when they were giving out the trophies and awarding the winners their trophy and announcing the winner of the whole race. You should have heard Seattle City and Avalon screaming ABP, and Seattle's going Sea-Isle.
Oh yeah, I've heard that chant too many times.
And I'm not even. I have no dog in any one of the fight. I'm getting chills. I was pumped up. These guys and gals were into it.
I think since 2020 put a damper on lifeguard racing because of not being able to do it, COVID and all those things. And then, it's been a little bit of a climb. Here we are 3 years out. And I will say this summer, if you haven't gone to a lifeguard race, please There's
Get
a
down
lot
to-
of them
yeah,
coming
they're
up,
coming up
because the crowds are back, the people are back, the excitement is there. You might see Josh. You'll definitely see the two of us, and
Dan Adams.
and Dan Adams as well. And before we go any further, I know somebody's birthday was this week.
Who was that?
Well, I believe it was the star of our show. And by the power vested in me as president of the Ocean City Alumni Lifeguard Association, I thought I would give you your own lifeguard can. And congratulations on making it this far in life. But please take that rescue can if you're ever near the water. It saves the guards from saves the guards from bringing you one. Now you got your own lifeguard can. Save oneself first.
Oh, Jack. Hey, listen, if you're watching us on StreamYard, I'm holding it up. It's a miniature can. It's a keychain, and I think I'm going to use that.
The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on YouTube.
Holy moly. Jack, yes, it was my birthday, and don't forget my twin brother, Bobby.
I did.
It was his birthday. I'm 10 minutes older than him.
Bobby was on the beach with me on Wednesday.
Oh,
so
was he really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, his sons, Colin and Cody, were down there.
I know.
Guards.
It's kind of a family trade. And that's what makes lifeguarding so great is you really, there's kids that I held as babies that I worked with on the lifeguard stand because I worked with their parents, before that.
Hate yourself, Jack.
I'm a dinosaur, but we all know that. But dinosaurs are in, scary but friendly. I'm the scary, friendly dinosaur, though.
All right. On the other side, we'll start getting into some of the results. You were at the Ocean City Women's Classic on Wednesday. We'll get some of those results. We also have interviews from some of the racers at the Kerr Memorials and also the Atlantic City Classic. Of course, our good buddy John McShane was down there, and he had Rose with him, I guess, as an assistant. But we'll have a couple interviews with John. And we'll talk about all the races coming up on the other side. Before we do that, I want to say 609-403-0973 is the text board. We're giving away 4 tickets to Monday night's Phillies game against the Baltimore Orioles. 4 seats, section 115, row 7. You're 7 rows off the field. The seats are phenomenal, plus a parking pass.
I have been in section 115
You're
before,
right there.
and a few rows back, but you are
and you don't
right
have
there.
You don't have to worry about a foul ball. You have that net in front of you now.
I can assure everybody I'm going to try to participate as best as I
You're
can.
not allowed.
Next 40. You're
exempt. Just wouldn't look good if you won. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for night in Venice. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. Circle Liquors delivers at Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. There's a new wind blowing at Maserati, the main line. The new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here in the locker room with our Beach Patrol report right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The 2023 Phillies baseball season is here.
Got him looking, strike 3. Fastball, 97 miles per hour, dotted that outside corner. 8th strikeout of the game for Zach Wheeler.
And you can get the best Phillies coverage every day on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Kimbrel looking for back-to-back saves. The pitch, got him swinging, strike 3.
Can the Phillies make a return to the World Series? Tune in every day to find out and listen to what our Phillies insider Frank Close has to say. Tuesdays with the Phillies mailbag, when he answers your Phillies questions. And every day with Mike Gill on the Sports Bash on 97.3 ESPN.
1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, lifted into right field. A flare will get down into right. Turner rounding first, going to second. He'll dive in head first safely. An RBI double for Trey Turner.
South Jersey's home for the best Philadelphia Phillies baseball coverage.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Men and Philly Men magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers, excludes Corvette, excludes fire sales.
This is it. The time has come for Bennett Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year. Bennett's Summer Sell-Down Spectacular. First off, you get Bennett's exclusive GM supplier employee pricing on new Chevys. Yes, you pay what we pay, not a penny more. And unlike many other dealers, Bennett doesn't charge over MSRP. In fact, you can even get a new Chevy at thousands below MSRP. And there's available 1.9% financing. Looking for used? Our selection's never been better. Right now, Bennett is paying a record $10,000 minimum for any clunker towards any pre-owned in stock. That's a minimum 10 grand for any rat trap, any way you can get it to our lot. Imagine how much we'll pay for a good trade. Plus, Bennett Chevy's non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's never any hassles or pressure. July is jumping all month long at Bennett Chevrolet during our summer sell-down spectacular. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room. Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig producing, and of course, Jack Brooks from the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association is in here with me as we're doing the Beach Patrol report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Lifeguard Alumni Association. Jack, you were down in Ocean City on Wednesday, and you got the results of the races.
I was there Wednesday, as many, many people were. It was right next to the boardwalk in Ocean City at the 12th Street headquarters. Packed elbow to elbow, great audio on the beach. I want a big shout out to Ocean City for hosting such a nice event. They had
Doug Bergam.
Doug Bergen,
yeah.
PR, and the folks that showed up. But I mean, the police department was there, the fire department was there, the Cape May County Equestrian brought their horse down there. Really? Oh my goodness, it was I'm telling you, it was like a rock concert for lifeguard women. That's for sure, because it was Taylor Swift probably wished she was there. I know she likes Sea Isle, but I'm telling you, she probably wished she was in Ocean City that night. And I was very, very proud to be asked to give some of the play-by-play, explain the races. There was a row swim, an unusual doubles, but one person rows, the other swims back in. There was a box swim relay. Now, the box swims, they don't go straight out to a flag and back in. They swim, and so you get to
rectangular.
That's correct. You get to see them go out, over, and back in, and it makes really great racing because you're watching those folks go right on up the beach. There was a box paddle, so it was the same thing: box swim, box paddle, run swim, which probably replicates most of the lifeguarding itself.
Sure.
Is run down the beach with a rescue can, a little bigger than the one I just gave you. But the rescue can, and then you go on in and get the people out, and then the surf dash. The surf dash is always exciting at the end because it's like 4 people.
Yep.
They have to run out, touch a post, come back in, touch the person. The next one goes. It's like
relays are exciting.
Relays are exciting events.
And how many beach patrols participated?
There were 16 beach patrols from up and down. Now we're talking about out of even Atlantic and Cape May County, because the winner was Seagirt. And Seagirt is not nearby.
Right.
I mean, and that's dedication. But
it's in our listening area.
But they won. It is in your listening area. But they won. And I'll tell you, the ladies from there really had a show of strength. Ocean City was doing great in the beginning, and this is about, because it's so many relays, so many people participating, there's real depth. You can really understand a patrol's depth of their female competitors.
And who got second, Jack?
Second was Longport, and
Longport, and that's Megan Fox territory, right?
That's correct. Yeah,
she's one heck of a swimmer.
Absolutely.
And then who got third, Jack?
Ocean City was third.
Oh, so
Home team
wins.
brought something home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Jack. Let's get into the Kerr Memorials now, because the Kerrs, there's a lot of side stuff going on here too within the Avalon Beach Patrol. Gary Nagel and Ryan Finnegan for Avalon, 2 rowers have been going head to head to see who's going to represent out of town.
Oh yeah.
And Gary Nagel was like the odds-on favorite to win. He came in second to Ryan Finnegan. So, there was I spoke with both of the guys afterwards, but competition like that makes all high tide rises all boats.
People
yeah,
absolutely. There is a farm system on these beach patrols.
Right.
So first of all, you have to compete inter squad, inter zone competitions,
right.
And so you got to compete to be able to be getting to the point where you're rowing out of town.
Right.
So, you have a big beach patrol like that, you got a lot of people that want to do it.
Yeah, they want it bad.
They want it bad.
So that good competition. But the doubles, I'm here to tell you, watch out for Sea Isle City. Danny Rogers and Pat Scanapico, those guys, they've been doing it now. You know how much experience matters in this competition.
Experience matters a lot. I'm
These
the
guys,
best racer I've ever been. I'm just in a physically decrepit body.
These guys won the race, and they won Wildwood Crest, Jay Klecko and Pat Bakey, a close second. After that, all the boats were like in the distance.
Wow.
So we had an opportunity to interview Danny Rogers and Pat Scanapico from Sea Isle.
I'm looking forward to it.
Did you hear him? He was spent, and he's doubled over, sucking wind.
And you're trying
and I'm right there.
And you're trying to ask him questions.
Well, you can hear it over the radio.
Absolutely. But if it was,
this is what these guys give.
If it was me, you may have been seeing my last meal. You know what I mean?
He was close to it.
I've been known to do that after races, and it's tough because you're putting that much effort in. Look, there isn't a guy or a gal in racing that wants to lose.
No.
And so you're leaving it all there.
But you heard in the interview, I mean, these guys, they were really far out in front. but yet he was still. They were giving everything they had.
Sometimes, and
They didn't lay off. In other words, they didn't do it. And when we talk about the winner of the swim, Dolan Grisbaum,
yeah,
Jack, I don't think I've ever seen a swimmer come in to the he hit the sandbar and then a gully. He stood up, took his goggles off, looked around to see who was close to him, which was nobody.
Yeah.
And then moseyed on in, walked in.
Yeah. Well, there's some people who think there should be a little more effort than that, but
there will be with all the next week in Wildwood.
That's exactly it. And I was talking to a young racer earlier today, and I said, "What are you going to do today?" Because you just raced yesterday,
right.
So a lot of people would take off. Instead, he was going to say, "Well, I'm going to go and correct all the things I wish I'd done a little bit differently."
Right.
In the race. That's the dedication. They put it in. You only got so many days of racing in the summer.
That's right. All right. So I told you Wildwood Crest came in second. Now you're talking about Jake Klecko, and I think they were close to the CL boat. All the other boats were further back, but you were talking about experience. And listen, this is an interview with the Wildwood Crest crew. They finished second.
Okay.
So like experience is everything in most sports, and it's so true with lifeguard racing.
You're paid a little different in your rookie contract as you are in that next big one, And I think that's exactly what it is. There are these generational changes that happen, and
see it happen right in front of our eyes this year.
Absolutely, and again, this is a really big reboot. I think the number of people on the beach, the post-COVID thing, and then new competitors. It's exciting.
And of course, 97.3 ESPN's coverage of the lifeguard racing. We try to keep it up to date and going.
If not you, who? What I mean? If not you, who?
Right.
Like,
By
I
the
think
way,
it's great.
You guys are clearly going past what he said there. He slipped it in there. Billy went right past it the first time. He passed it again. You passed it as well, Jack. He turned around and said, "We can't wait because we're coming for them this year. This is our year to get them."
Yeah,
That's a little trash talk going on there.
And I think he was directing that at maybe McGrath and Duffy, because when John McShane interviewed Duffy and McGrath, you're going to hear a comment that Duffy makes that it's kind of poignant.
I love Josh pointing that out because they got to remember there's all these competitions going on up and down the coast, and then they're coming together. 3 big races. Wildwood
Friday,
first.
Next
Friday live.
All right, real quick. Dolan Grisbaum, he swam for, he is the last year's champion, and he did it again last night. Let's hear from Dolan Grisbaum. Jackie said he hasn't swum. He hasn't swum. Since, what, in 4 weeks, did he say?
Yeah.
A month or whatever.
Yeah. I
he blew the competition away.
Well, I can tell you that when you swam as much as he has, a layoff isn't that bad.
Right.
Like you may actually recharge and reload.
Well, when
some of these.
Listen, next week he's going to go up against Boucher, Longport,
Absolutely.
Vassar in Margate.
Right.
I mean, and even Seattle now, they have a swimmer, Jack Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is place, Jack.
There's great swimmers on all the beach patrols, and the ones that compete out of town are the superior. I mean, they're at the top dogs of the whole race, So you got to really give hats off to them. And as he said, he went back and had a second race.
Yeah.
He 10 minutes later.
We'll have more on the other side. I want to remind people that for 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for night in Venice. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Jason's out on the road delivering. Billy's down there at Circle Liquor. Tell them all we said hello. All right. When we return, we'll continue with more of the Beach Patrol Report with Jack Brooks right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through September 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, upgrade to gig and save $20 a month over Verizon. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed. Savings compares Xfinity Gig to Verizon Gig.
This season, Viking Pest can protect your pets and family from ticks. Save $100 when you bundle Viking's mosquito and tick service with the Smart Home Protection Plan. Visit VikingPest.com. That's VikingPest.com.
Now, more of the Locker Room with Billy on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here at the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, of course, Jack Brooks, the president of the Ocean City Lifeguard Alumni Association, riding shotgun as we do the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Jack, beautiful night. The water was warm. As a swimmer, you know, I know you used to swim a little bit, right? Obviously.
I did.
A lot.
I did.
Is it harder to swim when the water's really cold, or what's more challenging?
To me, I used to like colder water because people don't realize
you
sweat. You work up a sweat. Your heart is pumping, you know, so you keep that body temperature down. And you know, sometimes when the water is too hot, I mean that really is difficult.
Well, it's been warm. All right, so Seattle now has a swimmer.
Yeah.
They've always been kind of, you know, their doubles and singles crew have always been in the mix. Danny Rogers won his first South Jersey Lifeguard Championships, I believe that was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's now, and he's bigger and stronger than ever.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, Jack, when Seattle racers participate, the whole Beach Patrol, half of them go C, and the other half go aisle, C, aisle, C, aisle. Then you got Avalon going ABP. I mean, you felt like you were at the link.
Oh, absolutely. and you know, I mean, you got to recognize these people are in the area of the racing. You're not, there's no walls protecting you. You're there. And when they lift that lifeguard boat and they got the winners in them and stuff, I mean, that is pure victory.
Yeah. That, and also, like I said, the Wolf brothers, Matt and Eric, you know, they had Pete's in there, but in their tent, they have pictures of all the champions, all the trophies, and there's a great picture of Eric Wolf in the boat being lifted up and carried off. There's nothing like it.
There is.
He said,
nothing
you know,
like
you
it.
could just see the how proud he was.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, and this is where I think professional athletes, people that get paid for that, they maybe they lose a little bit of that excitement. You know, it's like, oh yeah, these people are bothering me. With lifeguards, you got to realize, man, you're not going to, I mean, you're paid to do a job. You're not paid to compete.
Right.
And so getting that reward from the people that you work with.
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh my goodness. That's fantastic.
So we interviewed the swimmer from Seattle City, Jack Christian. Let's play that. All right, so Jack, like you mentioned earlier, each beach patrol can add their own little wrinkle and, you know, to create their own race the way they want. In this particular race, each beach patrol were allowed to enter 3 boats in the race, and this is where it gets interesting for Avalon. Gary Nagel and Ryan Finnegan, back and forth, right? They're competing to row out of town,
right?
So it looked like Gary Nagel was in front. But all of a sudden, at the very end in row 17 was Ryan Finnegan. Let's go ahead and play that. So we'll be at Wildwood at the Dutch Hoffman's next week, Jack. It's going to be really exciting. I recommend if you're in the area, get on down to what's in Lincoln Avenue Beach.
Lincoln Avenue Beach in Wildwood.
We'll be broadcasting live from the Dutch Hoffman's from 6 to 8.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to that.
I am looking so forward to it because, when you're there, you're with the crowd, you're broadcasting live, you can hear yourself kind of in the echo of the radios that they brought to the beach. It's going to be fantastic.
All right, so Avalon wins.
Jack, are you saying like you hear the sound of your own voice?
I sometimes I'm the only friend that I have. So yeah, I guess that's true. I don't have a Josh to bounce things off of, Billy and Josh. Sometimes it's just me talking to myself in the mirror.
Avalon wins the race. They win their own race, home cooking, right?
Mhm.
And then Seattle comes in second, and Wildwood Crest in third. Now, the Atlantic City Classic was last night. It was like the AFC NFC.
That's right.
And of course, we'll all come down to next week as the big three start. John McShane was on assignment for us, and he had an opportunity to speak with the doubles crew that won. And this is where these guys are no strangers to winning races. Let's listen to John McShane's interview with Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy.
I'm at the finish of the doubles row, 1 mile doubles row, and I'm here with two very, very familiar faces.
Sean Duffy and Mike McGrath.
Phil, these guys, as they get older, they get better and better. They were in a dead heat with Brigantine. Margate was right on their heels, but they were able to.
We squeaked one out at the end there. We just kept it straight. Just tried to keep rowing as much as possible towards the end there. Stay on that way.
Yeah, those guys are really fast, man. I'm grateful to still be doing this at 40 and being able to compete. So they're going to be tough to beat all year. This is a little bit more of our water tonight. So, yeah, I'm glad to see the speed up. Atlantic City guys are fast. Margate guys are right there with us the whole way in. So it's shaping up to be one of those years where seems to be the same crews sort of intermingle, switch places here and there, but you're all pointing towards a couple weeks with the Margates and the Jerseys coming up. No one yet has seen anybody from down south. So that's coming up next week at the Dutch Hoffman. So we'll see what happens there. All right, guys, thanks very much for your time.
Appreciate it.
Good luck next week. Reporting for ESPN 97.3, this is John McShane.
So you heard Klecko and Bakey said it's a passing in the shorts. Then you hear Duffy saying, I'm 40 years old and I'm still rowing.
Yeah.
It's going to be very exciting, Jack.
Well, I'll tell you, in rowing in some of these sports, it's not a power row. A lot of people think it's this sheer strength.
Just hulking the boat.
But it isn't. There's so much tactic that when you're out on the open water, anybody that's ever piloted a boat before, navigated, the wind blows you in one direction, the tide and current takes you another direction. There's a lot to it, and it's tough for somebody young to do that.
All right, now one last interview with John McShane. I believe it was Pasternak from Ocean City and the Ocean City Surf Dash team. So
and Pasternak is a seasoned vet.
I was gonna say if the paddleboard gets in, he would dominate. I think
he certainly would.
He would. All right, let's play that one.
They were the doubles crews for the Ocean City Surf Boat Rescue. And guys, I want you to go through your steps. It looked like you got off to a little bit of a rough start, but you were definitely in contention on the way in.
We going out, we got hit by a little wave, and that's going to happen in ocean racing. So it kind of threw us off our rhythm a little bit. But once we got past the breakers, we really did settle in nicely. Thatcher set a great rhythm with his course, and not course, but great rhythm with the strokes. And we were able to catch some boats going out. And then we got to the bag.
Yeah. Tell me about your bag pickup.
Yeah, Pasternak put us right on the flag, put us on the side of the boat, so I didn't even have to leave the seat to grab the clip. Unclipped it, and we turned that flag together, which was a little extra momentum on the way in. He didn't have to turn that solo. And then missed a couple runners on the way in, but still picked away at them. And then was lucky enough to throw the bag out the boat into a wave. So just chased that down, picked it up. And
that was a very fortuitous throw.
Yes.
You guys picked up some places there. Thanks, guys.
No,
Appreciate it very much.
Enjoy.
Okay. Bill, that's words from the Ocean City crew. They look pretty good together once they got their rhythm going. For 97.3 ESPN, this is John McShane.
All right, so Ocean City wins.
Ocean City won.
Ocean City, Longport second.
Yep.
And then AC third in their own class.
And all the competitors, because some people may not know, Brigantine, Atlantic City competed.
Seville boys, they rode well.
Absolutely. Then you had Ventnor, Margate, Longport, Ocean City. So it's about half of the people that are going to be in the big races starting Friday night.
Right. We're going to be there broadcasting live from the beach in Wildwood for the Dutch Hoffman Memorial Lifeguard Races, 6 to 8 tomorrow, Friday night. You don't want to miss it. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey, just a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for night in Venice. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com. or give them a call at 609-927-2921. When you get down there, tell Chet we said hello. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. Pick a winner for our Phillies ticket giveaway right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, it's interleague action at Fenway Park in Boston.
Gone! Justin Turner walks it off.
Justin Turner and the Red Sox welcome Pete Alonso and the New York Mets.
Gone! A 3-run homer for Pete Alonso.
The Red Sox and Mets. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern and tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
GMF financing to qualified buyers excludes Corvette, excludes fire sales.
This is it. The time has come for Bennett Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year. Bennett's Summer Sell Down Spectacular. First off, you get Bennett's exclusive GM supplier employee pricing on new Chevys. Yes, you pay what we pay, not a penny more. And unlike many other dealers, Bennett doesn't charge over MSRP. In fact, you can even get a new Chevy at thousands below MSRP. And there's available 1.9% financing. Looking for used? Our selection's never been better. Right now, Bennett is paying a record $10,000 minimum for any clunker towards any pre-owned in stock. That's a minimum 10 grand for any rat trap, any way you can get it to our lot. Imagine how much we'll pay for a good trade. Plus, Bennett Chevy's non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's never any hassles or pressure. July is jumping all month long at Bennett Chevrolet during our summer sell-down spectacular. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Your You're listening to Locker Room with Twine on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Swan, Josh Hennig, Josh Brooks is in here. That concludes our Beach Patrol report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City, 4111 Landis Avenue. Knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication for rental and sales. Call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules. And by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association celebrating 125 years. Josh, we have some text messages to read.
Yeah, so people have been texting, by the way, ton of texts today. I don't know if we'll be able to get to everybody, but I want to squeeze in a couple before we get out of here. We got two people chiming in about the lifeguard racing.
Ooh.
So Al from Vineland says, I was at the Ocean City races that Jack was talking about earlier. He said, as a former swim coach, it was my first time watching, and it was awesome.
Wow. All right.
That is
And you know what? The swim coaches, absolutely. They see their swimmers in the ocean. It's a different look. Yeah.
Sean chimes in and says, I can tell from personal experience that Gary Nagel is one hell of a good athlete. He says, I think Avalon is the best beach patrol.
I'm telling you, they're all. It's going to be very interesting. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm
holding
back now. you can think that, but the season is not over. You know?
Billy, thoughts on Gary Nagel being called one hell of an athlete?
He is. I mean, but you can see he was so upset with himself that he didn't finish first. But that's what you need. That
the agony of defeat is part of the racing.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Well, I like the thrill of victory.
Drama.
I won a lot of races,
Jack,
so I like the thrill of victory.
The human drama of athletic competition.
You're
watching ABC's Wide World of Sports.
I grew up with it. You know, I grew up with it.
All right,
just don't wear those yellow jackets.
Yeah, I do. I wish I had that. That's what I'm going to be wearing Friday night. I'm going to have a little yellow broadcast.
Bring your ABC Wide World of Sports jacket with you?
I am. I'm going to have that old-timey microphone, too, kind of like strapped around my neck.
Josh, you have some more text messages?
Well, I want to get to the winner before we run out of real estate here. So Steve at Cape Courthouse has been listening throughout the show. We're going to give it to Steve for a couple reasons. One, because Steve didn't just contribute to the show, Billy, which we'll read to his text in a moment. He also went up the blitzes and got the 12 ounces of liquid sunshine.
Wow.
He says
that's the winner.
He says, Billy, thanks for the tip. I just finished my 12-ounce bottle of liquid sunshine.
It's unbelievable. Look, I got it right here.
Wow.
Look, Jack, you go down to Blitz's Market.
Yeah.
You tell Dave and Joe Newman that you listened to the Locker Room. Yep. And you want 12 ounces? They'll give it to you for $1 off, $3.99.
I am there frequently. I am within bottle cap tossing distance.
You see how much energy I have? It's because of this bottle.
I'm there all the time. I mean, there and I love the fact they're open year round.
So here's the thing: Steve went from Courthouse up to Ocean City to Blitz's.
Yeah.
So here's the deal: his original text about what he was talking about earlier on the show was he said, "I think with Harper being active in the field again, he's going to be a positive for his psyche and the team's progress. It should help the Phillies get out of their mini slump. Harper is Philadelphia inside and out. He has no fear. As far as the Eagles go, last season was my 5th NFC championship game I've attended.
Wow.
But awesome. The best part was being there with my 2 adult daughters celebrating a Super Bowl berth. Nothing better than combining family and football." And that's all from Steve.
Steve, you have set the bar high, my friend, for any other competition.
And by the way, I want to just say, Josh, we said that earlier in the show about Bryce Harper, first day back in the field, and he's diving into the stand, and diving into the bullpen or the bench area to make a catch.
Earning his money.
Right?
And by the way, he landed on the non-surgically repaired elbow, which is important. So
it is.
Because people see Ranger Suarez's reaction.
Ranger Suarez, his hands on his head like,
oh no, it's a foul ball in July, and he's selling out.
That's Billy's guy right there.
Jack, see how much fun we had? That was the fastest hour in radio right there.
I'll tell you, it was a fast hour on TV. Where's the camera, by the way?
Hey, I want to thank the Wolves down there at Avalon for rolling out the red carpet for me. Thanks to John McShane for covering the Atlantic City Classic. Jack, as always, you do a great job. I look forward to working with you next week at Wildwood for the Dutch Hoffman.
I can't wait. I don't rush my life but I can't wait for Friday.
Of course, Josh Hennig, outstanding job. Steve, I'll be emailing you your tickets. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we have Tommy Green. We go on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Watch the Phillies. We'll talk about it all right here again tomorrow in the locker room with Billy Schwein.
The preceding program was paid